Good morning. So just a vinyasa class today. I am Kendra and welcome. I'm in Mackinac. I am substituting for Tay in Straight to the Roots Mackinac Island, or Mackinac City. So yeah, here we go. Stand nice and tall in Tadasana. Your arms are long and down the sides of your body, nice and relaxed. Shoulders down away from your ears. Your feet are going to be either just slightly apart or they can be kissing with the big toes, whatever you prefer. And if it's comfortable and safe for you, close your eyes. Try and find the balance on all four corners of your feet. You might be doing that by rocking back and forth, rolling them side to side. Just find your balance, find your center on your feet. If you've got your eyes closed and that feels good, great. Try and keep them there. Find that balance. Go ahead and start rolling your shoulders backward. Nice slow motions. Really feeling every part of your shoulders, your chest when you're doing that. And roll them forward as well, doing the same thing, feeling every single motion rolling forward. And when you've worked evenly on both sides, gotten yourself even going backwards and forwards, go ahead and raise your arms up. Meet your hands in the middle. Cross your fingers and point your pointer fingers up to the sky, and your thumbs should be back together. Slightly keep your hips to the left and slowly bend yourself to the right. And come on up and go to the left. And back to center. Sweeping your arms down and back up on an inhale. Just take your hands to the tops of your knees. Slow, progressive forward fold. Swan dive, reverse on up. Come back down, go a little bit further, maybe just to the below your knees. Come on back up. Go a little bit farther forward. And maybe the shins is the only place you go. If that's fine, this is your edge for the day. Come on back up. And if that's your edge, go back to it. If you can go further, maybe your fingers can touch your toes. Maybe they sweep the ground. Your neck should be nice and long and relaxed, not looking up like this. That's cranking your neck. We're just gonna hold for a moment. Nice stretch in the backs of your legs and hamstrings. This is really good for decompression on your spine. Slowly come on back up to standing nice and tall. Arms up overhead. And just bring them to the center of your chest. Close your eyes again. Feel that strength rooting down through your feet into the ground. Feel nice and tall. And on the next inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Swan dive all the way down to where you go, whether it be shins, feet, floor, or even right here. Place your hands down, bend your knees, step back, lower to knees, chest, chin. Come on up into baby cobra. Slightly bend in your back, not cranking your neck. Your weight should be off your hands, so you should be able to lift those hands up. Your toes should just be barely kissing and touching the ground. We're going to slowly lift back into a mini down dog. and step yourself forward, 1 foot at a time. We are going slow this morning. Forward fold. Come on all the way up. Hands to heart center. It is not about the destination, it's about the journey. So we're just going nice and slow. It's a hot morning, so slow vinyasa feels like hot yoga. Arms all the way up overhead. Come on down, all the way, forward fold. Lift up halfway. Keep that back nice and flat. Forward fold. Step back into that plank. And let's do knees, chest, chin again since we're still warming up. Again, just a nice slow back bend here in Cobra. Not a cranker, you're not cranking your neck. Your weight should be on your belly and lower ribs. Push back into a mini child's pose. And then go ahead and come back to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Neck light, nice and long down your back. And come on up, all the way to the top. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Arms up overhead again. Nice big swan dive down, flat back, and then forward fold all the way in. Step back into plank. And this time, take your choice, knees, chest, chin, or a little flow into cobra or up dog. I'm going to stick with knees, chest, chin. Maybe a little bit of a bigger cobra. And then all the way back into down dog this time. So in down dog, making sure that your shoulders are not up crunched close to your ears. Your hips are pointed all the way towards the sky. Feet are flat or as flat as they can be. That's the goal, but if you don't make it, that's not a big deal. Your chin should be tucked in. Your chest should be tucked in as well. And you're pulling up through your abdomen. So, like that. Now you've stayed there for a little too long, so come on back up. Forward fold, nice and relaxing. Stay there for a moment. Take an inhale, exhale. Inhale, come on all the way back up. My paper's floating away. Hands to heart center. Lift your arms all the way up, swan dive down. Step back into your plank, and then knees, chest, chin, or your chaturanga, whichever you prefer, whatever feels good to your body today. Lift back up into your down dog. And step forward with your right foot. Runner's lunge, stay here, maybe rock back and forth on that back foot, giving it a nice stretch. Step back. Well, how about step forward to meet your other foot? That's easier. Forward fold. Lift up halfway. Forward fold, and then come on all the way up. Hands overhead. Hands to heart center. Inhale, come on up overhead. Forward fold, nice and slow. Lift up halfway, flat back. fold all the way down, step back into your plank. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, whatever your practice is doing today. Bring it back up, down dog. Shoulders are back away from the ears, hips up towards the sky. Bring your left foot forward. Runner's lunge on the left side. Again, maybe you rock back and forth on that back right foot. Your hands should be framing your left foot. Sorry, got lost there again for a moment. And then come on, bring that right foot to meet the left. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Lift up all the way, hands up overhead, and then to heart center. Stay here for a moment, close your eyes. Just breathe. Feel your limbs, feel your feet, feel your grounding. How does everything feel to you? Go ahead and adjust your shirt. Find some stillness. Raise your arms up overhead on an inhale. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive down. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, step back, plank. And then lower, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, wherever your practice is at today. Come on back up into downward dog, pushing your hips back. Keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Lifting up through your pelvis and core. Take that right foot and bring it on forward slowly. You're in your runner's lunge again. Come on up. Place your hands on your knee. Both feet should be in 2 tracks and facing the front of your mat. Just feel the nice stretch. I'm getting a really nice stretch in my front thigh and in my lower hamstring. Definitely feeling a good stretch there today. So frame your right foot. Straighten your right foot to come into a triangle pose. Bend that right foot, bring your left to meet it. Forward fold. Lift up halfway, flat back. Go all the way down and then inhale, swan dive, reverse swan dive, back up. Hands to heart center. Arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold, swan diving all the way down. Lift up halfway, flat back. Forward fold. Step back into your plank. You can do knees, chest, chin. You can do your chaturanga, or you can go straight back into down dog, wherever you're feeling. Say, we're only 15 minutes in, so if you're that tired, just kidding. Step up to the front with your left foot. We are going into runner's lunge on the left side. Find your balance. Feet are in 2 tracks. Both of them are facing forward to the front of the mat. When you're ready, come on up. Place your hands on your knees. Make sure you keep your pelvis tucked in, your booty tucked under. Long, flat, strong back. Bring your hands down to frame your foot. straighten that left leg. If you can't do it all the way, or bring your stance closer in together. And then bring that right leg to meet the left. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come on all the way up. Hands to heart center. And each time we come back up after we do both sides, I just want you to sit here for a moment and feel how both sides feel. Feel a little bit longer. I know I'm getting a good little stretch in my glutes here. Just check in with your body. Arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Swan dive all the way down. Relax your neck. Maybe shake it forward and backward. Yes, no. Lift up. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Step back into your plank. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Wherever your practice is today. Push back into down dog. Maybe walk your dog out a little bit right now. Been pretty stagnant in that pose. Just lifting one foot and then the other. Bending one knee and the other, or just lifting a heel and the other. However walking it out feels to you. Come on forward with your right foot. Runner's lunge again, except now we are going to rotate that back foot down, still in 2 tracks, but that back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Bending your right leg, windmill your arms on up. Warrior 2. Sorry, Warrior 1. Your feet are in 2 tracks. This is Warrior 1, making sure you're keeping your tailbone tucked and down. Nice long back leg. If you can't get your heel all the way down, not a problem. If you're thinking you might be able to, try bringing your stance in together a little bit. That might help. Go ahead and frame your right leg. Step back and either do another chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. We'll all meet back in down dog. Now step forward with your left leg once you've been in down dog. Rotate your right foot now with the back foot, 45-degree angle. Your left leg is bent at a 90-degree angle. Find your balance. Come on up. Warrior 1. And just feel the strength in that. Again, play with your stance. Maybe you need to bring it in a little bit further. Maybe you need to take it out a little bit further. Make sure that you're keeping your tailbone tucked and under and you're lifting up with your core. Sorry. Bring your hands down to frame your left foot. Step back and either do knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, or just go straight back into down dog and we will all meet there. Once you're in your down dog, we will step up to the front. Step up. Wherever your practice is today, I am just stepping. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. take a second longer here. Just feel the length that we're creating in our legs by doing these stretches. Inhale, reverse swan dive, on back up. Hands to heart center. Again, just take a moment to feel that length you're creating. Feel how strong your body is. Inhale, arms up overhead. Swan dive all the way down, forward fold. Lift up, inhale, flat back, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down again. And this time, instead of stepping back into chaturanga or down dog, we're just going to step right back into our warrior one. So stepping back, feet are in 2 tracks. Front foot is facing the front of the mat, and your right foot or the back foot is going to be about a 45-degree angle. So bending that left leg, come on up, hands up overhead. You can either have your hands touching in prayer pose or straight like this, or if that feels more comfortable and it's a little bit more balanced, go for it. Goalposts. Stand here for a moment though. Make sure that you're adjusting yourself, keeping your tailbone down, your hips are center. We're going to play a little bit here. So humble warrior, reach your right hand down the back of your leg and just tilt back slightly, like a back bend. You don't want to be hyperextending this back knee at all, and you're not holding all of your weight on that back leg. You're just resting the back hand back there. Your feet are still all of your balance right here. Now come forward to side angle. So take your left hand, left forearm, and place it right on your thigh. Bring your right hand up over to the side. So side angle. You're nice and long. You want to feel a nice stretch from that whole right side of your body, all the way down to your toes. Bring your arms back up overhead and come to the front. Warrior one. Bring your arms back down. Frame your left leg. Come back. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, or just go back to down dog. We'll all meet in down dog. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Find your balance, lowering that left foot down, 45-degree angle. Come on into warrior one on the right side, making sure your tailbone is tucked under. Your front leg is bent at a 45-degree angle. Maybe you don't have your heel on the back of the ground on your left foot. Maybe you do. So again, reverse warrior, sliding your left hand down the back leg, not placing it on there or not balancing yourself on there, just having it resting. And then do a slight back bend. Right arm is helping balance you back. Inhale, come on up. Bend that right leg. Place your forearm of your right hand on your right knee. Left hand comes up at a nice angle. You want to feel it all the way down. You are straight from your bottom of your foot all the way to the top of your fingertips. Nice and long. Inhale, lift your arms back up, come to center. Frame your hands around your foot. Step back, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, or we'll all meet back in down dog. Step or jump forward. Inhale, lifting up halfway. Forward fold all the way down. And continue going. Lifting all the way up. Hands come to heart center. And stand here for a moment. Just feel your body. What is it telling you? Are your legs shaking? Are your arms shaking? Are you losing your breath a little bit? Do you feel great? Take it in. Listen to what it's telling you. Connect with your breath again. When you're ready, your arms come on up overhead. Swan dive all the way down. Lifting up halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward folding. And either knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, or straight back to down dog. Your choice, your practice, your body. We'll all meet back in down dog when you're ready. And hopefully we're all back in down dog. I probably gave us a little bit too much time, but I'm enjoying this nice stretch. So come forward with your left foot, bending your left foot, planting your right foot down. We're doing it at a 90-degree angle, and your feet are going to be in one track. We're getting ready for Warrior 2. Start with your right arm leading forward and bring it all the way on up and windmill your hands. Warrior 2. Feel how nice and long and strong this pose is. Don't worry if you have to adjust your shirt, that's okay. Looking out over those front fingertips. Find your drishti, your gaze point. And sink deep into this pose. We're going to be here for a moment. Turn your palms up facing the sky. Reverse for a warrior, or for a humble warrior. Lifting on back up with your core. Your core should be nice and engaged, lifted up. Windmill your hands back down both sides. Step back, knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, or we'll all meet back in down dog. Step up to the front of the mat, both of your feet. Lift up halfway, inhale, flat back. Forward fold, exhale all the way out. Inhale all the way back up, reverse swan dive. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Lift up halfway. Step back with your left foot. Step back with your right foot. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, down dog. We'll all meet there. When you're here, step forward with your right foot, rotating your back foot to about a 90-degree angle. They are going to be in line, your heels are. Reach your left arm forward, start lifting it up and over, bring that right arm right around with it. Front knee is bent to a 90-degree angle, back foot is facing out towards the edge of your mat. Arms are up, out nice and strong, and you're gazing over your right fingertips. Find your drishti and sink in deep. We're gonna be here for a little bit again. Core is engaged, tightening, lifting up. Making sure your tailbone is tucked down and not out. Humble warrior, taking and just sliding your fingertips down that left leg, bringing your right arm up close to your ear, but not scrunching. We're trying to keep those shoulders down long by the back. Come on forward again. Frame your feet. Take your right foot back. Knees, chest, chin, chaturanga, and we'll all meet back in down dog. Make sure you're listening to your body today. What is it telling you? Step back up to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Forward fold, relaxing your head. Maybe shake yes and no, side to side. Come on, all the way back up. Reverse swan dive. Hands to heart center. Stand here for a moment, checking in with yourself. Feeling how your body feels a little different. I can tell you my gluteus maximus is getting sore. It's where I'm feeling it. From here, go ahead and step your feet about hips width apart, mats width apart. Feet are going to be pointed out slightly. And you're going to come down slightly, starting to bend your knees, coming into Malasana. So the full expression is here. Most people are either going to be here or here, something like that. The goal is not to touch your feet to the ground and sit your butt about a ½ inch from the ground. Your goal is to get your hips opened and strengthen your thighs. That is the goal here. So even if you're right here, great. If you need something to sit on, grab a block. Help support yourself. Don't put all your weight on that block though, because that's not going to do anything for you. Go ahead and sit here if you are comfortable. Hands to heart center. You can be pushing your knees away a little bit with your elbows. Maybe you want to do a little twist here, tucking your elbow behind that knee, placing your right hand on the ground, Bringing your left out and looking up at the sky. There are some beautiful clouds here in Mackinac City today. Very light, wispy. Go ahead and bring that left hand down. Start to tuck it to the left side. Bring your right arm up and twist a little bit to this side. Looking up at the sky. I'm noticing that to this side there's a lot more thicker clouds over here than there was the other side. What do you notice? Go ahead and come back out. If you're already out of this pose and you're like this, going, okay, woman, can't do this no more, fine. Come down to the ground. Straighten your legs. We're going to give them a little shaken out because we've done a lot of good work to them and our hips. Maybe even give them a little tapping. Flex your feet and point them a little bit. Maybe roll your ankles. Listen to your body. Stretch it how it's telling you to stretch. That's a big part of yoga, listening to your body. That is your practice. I might be showing you moves to do, but you're gonna do them how your body needs to do them. Or you should be doing it that way. All right, so come on, cross leg, crisscross applesauce. Sit up nice and tall. Gonna do one more side bend stretch. Maybe two. Arms up overhead. Bring your right arm to the ground. Little kickstand to the side. Start to bend that elbow and start leaning to the right. You can look up a little bit if that feels comfortable on your neck. Slowly start to bring yourself up overhead. Meet that right arm to the left arm. Lower your left arm to the ground. Little kickstand there. Start to bend at your hips and then bending that elbow. Keeping your shoulders away from your ears. Right arm is long overhead. And maybe you twist up a little bit to look up at the sky if that's comfortable for you. One side might be a little bit tougher than the other. That's okay. Each side's different. Bring your arms down to your knees, hands to your knees. Take your right arm, pull it behind you like a kickstand. Your fingertips will be facing the back of your mat. Take your left hand to your right knee and start to slowly turn towards your right. Your head should be the last thing that comes around over your shoulders. And again, this is going to be a very slow twist. We're going to be here for a little bit. Very slow and very intentional. Moving and breathing into the spots that you feel tightness or tension. Holding any spot where you feel a little bit more tension, like it needs to release. Just slowly unwind, but we're not going to do it completely all the way. Just unwind about halfway. Halfway from where you were. Now unwind just a little bit, another little inch forward. And slowly come to center. Hands on your knees. Maybe give yourself a slight look up. Roll yourself forward. Give that back a little stretch. And round, rolling on up. Take your left hand, put it in back like a kickstand, fingertips facing the back of your mat. Your right hand comes to your left knee, and again, slowly twisting your way to the back. Your head will be the last thing that comes over your shoulder, if you can go that far. But slowly, slowly turning your way to the back. Each side is going to feel different. This one really feels good on my left side right here. Slowly inch your way forward again, only coming maybe halfway out of it at first. Come forward just a little bit further. And slowly all the way to the front. Take a nice deep breath in. Nice long breath out. We're going to lay down on the back of our mat. I'm going to face the opposite way so you're not just seeing my butt and you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So legs are going to go all the way out nice and flat. Bringing your right leg in, hugging that right knee to your chest. And grabbing the top of that right knee or the back of the thigh, back of the knee where your thigh is, and drawing your right knee across your body. Now for right now, don't take it all the way across, just slightly. You want your hips both still pretty much on the ground at this point. Just a nice stretch in that gluteus maximus. And maybe you can start releasing it further towards the ground. If eventually it feels good and you want to bring it all the way to the ground, bringing your right hand to touch the ground. Your head can turn towards that right shoulder if that feels good as well. But just wherever the stretch feels good. Nice back stretch, nice hip stretch. And again, maybe even a nice little stretch through your shoulders. Slowly bringing your knee up with your left hand. Give it a little hug in. And then help it out to the right with your right hand. Maybe you have a block to place underneath. Maybe you can take your foot all the way out or your knee all the way out to the ground. Just do it slow. Wherever you end up is fine. Just giving those hips a nice long opener. We did lots of warrior 1 and 2. Go ahead and support that knee on up. Maybe grab the back of the thigh or higher up if you can reach and just stretch that leg out any you can. Flexing and pointing your toe. Slowly bending that leg, bringing that foot flat to the ground, stretching it out long, bringing that the left knee, into your chest, giving it a good little squeeze. Maybe you're holding at the top of your thigh, maybe you're holding at the top of your knee, maybe you're holding at the back of your knee, above like your thigh. Back of the thigh, behind your knee. All right, grab the top of your knee with your right hand. Slowly bring it on over. And for me, this side is way less tight. Each side's gonna be different. But bring it slowly over. Don't just bring it over and do this. Focus on the points that are tight. Find where your body needs that stretch. If it feels good, bring that left hand out to the ground and rotate your head to the left. Nice stretch down the right side of your neck. Go ahead and take your knee in your right hand and help it on back to center. Maybe you have to adjust your hips a little bit. Give that left knee a little hug in. And go ahead and start dropping it out to the left with your left hand. If you have a block you want to place it up on, that's fine too. I'm demonstrating hopefully everything without blocks or any kind of props in case you don't have them. Slowly bring that knee back to the center, lowering that foot to the ground, giving your legs a little shake. Doing what feels good to them and your lower back. Maybe you windshield wiper your legs so your feet are about mat width apart, and you just start windshield wipering them back and forth. Making these slow and deliberate movements. Feel where your body needs a stretch at. When you feel like that's good, go ahead and bring your bottom back to the ground, knees to your chest. Give them both a little hug in. And bring them both over to the right side. Bring your feet to the ground. Lift your hips slightly and move them to the left. Now raise your knees and lower them to the right. Your arms will be out either T or goalpost style. And if it feels comfortable, go ahead and lift your head and tilt it to the left. Pick your head up and bring it back to center. Help your knees up with that right hand back to center. Drop your feet and bring your hips to the right. Draw your knees to your chest and slowly lower them to the left. Bringing your hands out to either T or goal pull style. And again, if it feels good and you want to roll your head to the right, make sure you lift it up and set it down facing the right. Help your knees back on up. Bring your head to center, bring your hips to center. Go ahead and give yourself a nice big stretch all the way from your fingers down to your tippy toes. Stretching both of them in opposite directions. Oh, relax. We are not in Shavasana just yet. Go ahead and bend your knees, placing your feet flat on your mat. Bringing your right leg up, either grabbing behind the back of your calf or back of your thigh, whatever works better for you. You can have your toes pointed or your feet flexed. Bring that one down and bring your left one up. Pointing or flexing, or pointing and flexing the entire time your foot is up. Slowly bring that to the ground. And now your choice. Do some movements of your own choice that feel good to your body, that your body may need. Whether it be legs up the wall again, happy baby. So, legs up the wall, you can either be a little wide apart. You can do your plow overhead. You can do happy baby, so taking your peace fingers around your big toes. Your knees are slightly bent, and you're out like this. Your baby can rock. Or maybe you just want to sit in silence for a moment. Take that quiet. That is all up to you. Find that last pose for yourself. Sink yourself down deep. Become relaxed with that last pose. Wherever you're at, slowly bring your legs down, slowly come on out. You're going to get yourself comfortable in Shavasana. So your feet are going to be a little bit wider, about hips or about mat's width apart. Your feet are going to be a little splayed out. We're nice and relaxed. Palms facing up. And just sink in and find some relaxation. Start to bring some movement to your fingertips and your toes. Maybe start to roll your ankles and your wrists. Maybe point and flex your toes and your fingers. To your left side, rounding your heart. Helping wake you up and energize you for the rest of your day. Whenever you're ready, come on up and find yourself into a seated position. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Strong core still. Shoulders are down away from your ears. Placing your hands on top of your knees, palms facing up, and your first finger and your forefinger and your thumb are touching. I'm going to do 3 ohms. You can join me or just take in the vibrations. Thank you for watching or listening. Thank you for practicing today. Thank yourself for practicing and showing up. The light in me sees, honors, and bows to the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you later.